Yo guys, Theo here. My ankle hurts a little bit because I've been standing so much, and the most recent thing is I stand on the bus, but try to, just balancing, not holding on to anything. And I guess my ankle wasn't used to that, so it hurts a little bit, but it's a nice day. So, shirtless, walking around and talking to the camera video mode it is. So, today I'm going to talk about why the 8-hour eating window is king. Because except for every guy ever that watched the snake diet, Cole, asked me, do you train full body? Do you train one set every day? No, I don't. I think it's stupid. An OMAD. Do you do OMAD? Do you do OMAD? No. I think OMAD is stupid for the most part too. So today I'm going to tell you why. And why the 8-hour eating window is king. So I did, if you've been following the channel, I did fast more. I have changed my view on it since I started 1 year ago, but I did fast more when I started out because I knew, I see this already before doing this. I didn't use the expression fasting, but I kind of knew that the easiest way to change a behavior is going really extreme the other way and then creating a new behavior. So I knew that I was fasting more, both a shorter eating window on the day and more frequent long fasts to just get rid of the food addiction, needing to eat all the time, thinking about food all the time, So I did all the frequent fasting, like 48 to 120 hours, a lot, and I tried OMAD for a month. I ate breakfast only, like over 3,000 calories one meal. It was awful. I was not used to eating that amount of food then. Very often I passed out right after. I had to wait like 4 hours or something before I was ready to go to the gym and train. But I kind of knew that this was a temporary thing, that I'm doing this now, so having 2 meals in like a 4-hour eating window will seem like a relief, like something easy, and that's still way more extreme than what most people do, And so, what I've ended up with after doing this, I did, here at the beginning of the year, I still did a kind of 4-hour eating window, And then when I started bulking, I changed to the 8-hour eating window. And from the bulk, I've concluded, I think it's the best routine when you are in check. When I'm talking now, I'm talking mostly to not necessarily fit people, but the big weight loss isn't the main issue for you, I think you should do what I did probably. You should try going very extreme for a while with something like that. OMAD, many prolonged fasts, so that the in-between thing between your former lifestyle and the OMAD thing lifestyle, somewhere in the middle, is going to seem, just nice, So I've done the 8-hour eating window, 3 meals on the bulk, and I added a 4th sometimes if I moved more. And this is the point. The 8-hour eating window is like the average. You gotta understand, to me, it's not about obsessing about hours, like, oh, but now it's 8.5 hours when I'm having my dinner, it's like, yeah, but are you cheating though? 8.5 hours one day. And you still ate clean and you ate your three meals. What's the problem, And so, for me, what it is like, for today, for instance, it's a perfect example on a day when it ends up being easy, exactly like it's supposed to be. So I started work at 9 in the morning, so right before I had my first meal. At 1, 4 hours later, I had my lunch. And now it's like 4:15, so after I finish recording this video, I'll go cook a dinner, and I'll have my dinner at 5, and that's my 3 meals, Yeah, today it worked. It was easy today. But say sometimes, life just gets in the middle. Oh, Theo, someone is sick. Can you work? Yeah, I can. Oh, but now I'm not going to be able to have dinner until 7. Say if I had breakfast 9 that day too. Oh, it's 10 hours now. Like, oh, is this really a big deal, that life came in the way, and instead of saying, no, I can't work, I need to eat at 5, I just put up eating a couple of hours, still eating 3 clean meals, Is this a big deal? No, of course it's not. And on a day like tomorrow is Sunday, it's my rest day. Most of the time, Sunday, ends up being my rest day actually. It's not planned, it just ends up being that way. But tomorrow I'm resting and I'm working like from lunch till the evening. So I'll just have 1 or 2 meals. I haven't decided now, it depends on how I feel tomorrow. But since I'm not training, it's not as important to fuel the workout and, you know, getting in the protein to build up the muscle. It's not as important because I'm not going to be breaking down any more muscle tomorrow. So tomorrow, if it's just 1 meal, you know, it will be less than a 1 hour eating window. It will be 15 minutes of eating or something. And if it's 2 meals, maybe, you know, I'll go 4 hours before I have the second meal. And wow, boom, all of a sudden, this was lower than 8 hours. So you see, so you have the 8-hour eating window, 3 meals on average. It's like the perfect routine. It works so well. You can still have, just a little shorter than most people have, but you can still have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you know. You know, from experience and the science I've looked at, it is harder to build muscle on 1 meal a day. It's not impossible. I have done it myself because also you know, the less far you've come in your training, the easier it is to make gains. So it's easier to make gains on OMAD too. But I noticed it went a lot slower. And it makes sense too, because protein synthesis gets spiked when we eat protein, and we don't store protein as we do with glycogen, carbs and fat. The only place we just store them by, you know, muscle mass. So it makes sense that you can't use all the protein, you know, you put in 1 meal right away for building muscle. You can't choose that that's what's happening. So yeah, you're gonna have to, if you do the OMAD, you are sacrificing a little bit of gains. But both from experience and the science, when they compare like 3 meals per day with like the 16-8 intermittent fasting with like 6 meals a day, there was no significant difference in the muscle gain, like they compare the groups that trained and ate this way. So yeah, now you see, it's the best way to do intermittent fasting while not sacrificing any gains, and it just works better with life, you know. Oh, the OMAD life, it's, what are you gonna eat one huge meal every day, and anytime someone says something like, oh, do you want to go for dinner? No, I already ate. Or if you're eating with people, you have to fast until you're eating with them. It's just too much, you know. And so the point here is really, because I still do, sometimes even now, I'm not cutting or bulking, but, you know, I don't want to, if I am on a slight surplus one day or a slight deficit one day, it doesn't matter. But say that I move a lot, I don't want to lose weight now, so I will add a 4th meal then. So it's 11 or 12 hours maybe the eating window. But it's about eating frequency. I never snack, literally never snack. I do have a diet soda sometimes in between the meals or something, you know. Never calories, never eating anything in between. And this is the big difference. It's not only about how long are you fasting, how many meals are you having. It's about the meal frequency. When I eat a proper meal, you know. And this is what this is what I learned from temporarily doing the OMAD, temporarily doing a lot of prolonged fasting. So I think I will repeat myself if I go on, but the 8-hour eating window is king. Once, like, obviously you can, if you have more fat to lose, it's just easier to do more extreme routines with both intermittent and prolonged fasting. Like maybe not in the, maybe because you're addicted to food, it will feel hard, but I mean, your body actually is doing better, you know, because you can make up the missing calories from fat. If you get your micronutrients, you know, through some food, the body can. That's why very overweight people can make muscle gains even on a very, very big caloric deficit, because they can make up calories from the fat. Yes, the 8-hour eating window is king for the athlete, for the fasting athlete. Okay. Thank you for this time. Please subscribe if you want more content about fasting, fitness, mental health, mindfulness, all that stuff. Please like the video to help me out, and I'll see you guys. Peace.